Right now, somewhere in the back of your mind, something is restless. You are not in danger. You are not hungry. You have nothing urgent to solve. And yet, your brain will not sit still. It keeps reaching, scanning, looking for something. You might call that boredom. But scientists have a different name for it. They call it your survival engine idling. Boredom is not a flaw in human design. It is the design. For most of human history, stillness was deadly. A mind that was comfortable doing nothing was a mind that missed the rustle in the grass. It missed the shift in the wind. It missed the thing about to kill it. So your ancestors who felt restless when things went quiet were the ones who stayed alive. Their brains kept scanning even when there was nothing obvious to scan for. They survived. You are their result. Psychologist John Eastwood at York University spent years studying boredom and found something that surprised him. Boredom is not the absence of stimulation. It is the brain actively searching for meaningful engagement and failing to find it. Your brain does not go blank when nothing is happening. It goes looking. That looking is ancient, it is automatic, and it is the same mechanism that once kept your ancestors breathing. Think about what happens when you get bored. You pick up your phone, you walk to the kitchen, you start a conversation you did not plan to have. You are not being lazy. You are doing exactly what a human brain evolved to do. You are scanning the environment for something worth engaging with. The form changed. The function did not. Researcher Sandi Mann at the University of Central Lancashire found something even stranger. Boredom makes you more creative. When the brain is forced to look for stimulation and cannot find anything obvious, it begins to generate its own. It starts connecting distant ideas. It surfaces memories that seem unrelated and asks whether they fit together. It runs simulations of possible futures just to have something to process. Your brain would rather construct a world than sit in silence. This is why your best ideas come in the shower, not because water is magic, because for 3 minutes your brain has nothing urgent to track and it fills that space the only way it knows how. It creates. Your ancient ancestors who stared at fire for an hour were not wasting time. They were doing what bored human brains do. They were wondering, what made fire? What could it do? What happens if it touches this? Anthropologist Pauli Wiesner studied the Kalahari Bushmen and found that nighttime fire circles, when the day's work was done and boredom could have set in, were when people told stories, planned futures, and built the social bonds that held groups together. Boredom was not the enemy of progress. It was the engine of it. But here is the part that should unsettle you slightly. You live in the first moment in human history when boredom can be almost completely eliminated. Every gap, every idle second, every quiet moment can now be instantly filled with a screen, a notification, a sound, and you are filling them. Almost everyone is. The average person now reaches for their phone within seconds of feeling the first flicker of restlessness. The boredom loop starts. The phone ends it before it can go anywhere. Your brain never gets to go looking. It never gets to generate. It never builds anything because the second the engine starts to idle, you hand it fuel from somewhere else. Neuroscientist Mary Helen Immordino-Yang at the University of Southern California has shown that the brain's default mode network, the system that activates when you are not focused on a specific task, is not resting. It is doing some of the most important work your brain does. Processing emotion, building identity, rehearsing social scenarios, consolidating memory. This network needs downtime to run. And downtime feels, from the inside, exactly like boredom. When you kill every moment of boredom before it can breathe, you're not being more productive. You're preventing something essential. So next time you feel that restless pull, that reaching for the phone, that need for something to happen, pause before you fill it. That feeling is not a problem. It is your brain doing something it has done for 100,000 years. It is scanning. It is searching. It is quietly asking whether there's something here worth noticing, something worth building, something worth surviving for. You started this feeling restless with your brain reaching for something it could not name. Now you know what it was reaching for. It was reaching for the same thing it always has been. The next thing worth being alive for.